Good morning, Crossing Place Fantasy Football. It's your favorite host, no other than Chef Chubbs. That's right, Chef Chubbs. And representing Chef Chubbs is the New Orleans Saints. Yes, for all y'all people out there that hate the Saints, or that's not Saints fans, yes, we almost lost. Yes, to the Houston Texans. But this would not be Saints football if they did not have some kind of drama to the ending. Always some kind of drama. But before we go on to this week's predictions, let's recap last week's, and I'll give y'all my my overall record from last week, so we can all keep track of this. So last week I picked Greg to beat Mr. Clyde, which he did. I picked David to beat Leslie, which it was the opposite way. Then I picked Hamilton to beat Weston's OK team, which he did, and Craig to beat Kenny's team, which he did, and I picked the GOAT squad to beat Carl's team, the Brown but not out, and Carl beat Caleb's team, the GOAT squad. And then we had the Flying Elvises versus the Christian Boys, and I picked Matt's team to beat Mark's team, which that happened also. And then I picked myself to beat Under the Influence, and Jacob won. I lost. So to recap last week's margin, I am 4-3. Last week, that's a little over 50%. This week, I'm going to try to do a little better. I'm usually pretty accurate on this. Well, last year I was. So, let's go on and start this this recap. Let's start these matchup predictions. Excuse me. So, we got Locked In Sports versus Second Yet Again. Greg, you got lucky. You pulled out that W. David, what happened to your team? It fell to pieces. Your whole team except Alvin Kamara and Kyler Murray. This week, I bet you about to put Brandon Cooks and Cooper Kupp in your starting lineup because they played the New Orleans Saints defense. Which there's no pressure on the corners. So hey, real quick, playing the New Orleans Saints defense is like putting the apple in the pig's mouth, because when you're about to roast it, because Eli Apple always get roasted. You get it? Apples are getting roasted. Hey, but David, with Brandon Cooks and Cooper Kupp in your lineup, with Kamara, I think you're gonna fall just a tad bit short this week and continue your losing destination, staying at the 13-14 spot. And Greg, you're gonna get your dub number 2. Next, we got Southern Breeze versus Under the Influence. Leslie, he dodged a bullet last week with David's team underperforming. And Jacob, you must have wore a lucky rabbit's foot, because now you got to play Leslie's team. She might not have no wide receivers this week because it looked like they hurt. So with that being said, Jacob, congratulations on win number 2. Leslie, you're on a down spiral from here on out. I might pick you a couple more times. I might pick you a couple times this year to win. We're gonna see how your team flows throughout. But yeah, congratulations, Jacob, on dub number 2. Then we got Cody. We got Hammer Time versus Who That Hill. Cody, you must have borrowed Jacob's lucky horseshoe. I mean, rabbit's foot or horseshoe, whatever you want to call it, whatever lucky it is. Because you pulled that rabbit out of that hat in the 4th quarter, Monday night, with under 7 minutes left of the game to beat Weston's OK team. I mean, you was losing, bro. And I fell asleep on the game because I'm like, oh, Cody ain't gonna come back. And when I woke up to check some, you won. I was like, oh, man, got a W. So you pulled through for me on that one. But Kenny, those running backs are gonna hurt you every week. You might have to trade somebody or hope somebody get hurt so they can get more of the bulk of the carries. Without more carries or more of a workload, you're just not gonna pull out a W. Your wide receivers will have to pull out at least 30 apiece every week for you to carry your running backs, and I don't see that happening. So congratulations, Hammer, victory number 2. Then we got He's Pooh That Steel versus the GOAT Squad. So when I looked at Kenny's team and seen how bad his running backs were, I didn't think ever in the history of fantasy football they would have another team, 2 teams with horrible running backs. Caleb, you really need to change your team name because there's not a GOAT on your team in that squad. They might have a GOAT in the pasture next to Bayou Vista Elementary or to Cameron Ironworks right there. They might have a, matter of fact, I think they got a couple GOATs in that fence area by that house right there by Cameron Ironworks. So you might want to go look what a GOAT looks like. But Craig, Gurley's playing the Saints defense. You might actually get a score this week if they don't take Gurley out of the game. But you have nothing to worry about this week. You're playing Caleb's GOAT Squad. And Caleb, this is L number 2 for you. Craig, this is victory number 2 for you. Congratulations on that dub. Then we got Mr. Clyde, the Steel Curtains versus the Christian Boys. Mr. Clyde, you had a tough time in your first game last week with James Conner and your Pittsburgh team underperforming. Mark, I see you took out your 2-piece to put in Lamar Jackson. You think Jackson's gonna have them kind of numbers again this week that you're putting them in? I don't think so. I think the roles is gonna flip this week, where Lamar Jackson gets under Kirk Cousins' numbers, and Kirk Cousins gonna have Lamar Jackson's number this week. It's gonna be flip flop, and you ain't gonna know what to do. That's the bad part about having 2 quarterbacks on your team. You gotta stick to 1 starter and 1 starter only, and just roll with it. I stuck with 1 point Andy for a while until he got me nothing I can handle anymore. And then I had to get another quarterback. So stick to 1 quarterback and just roll with it. And no, I don't want him neither. But with you not sure on your quarterback position and McCaffrey scoring 45 points, I'm gonna go out on a limb and pick Mr. Clyde this week to get his first dub in this league. So congratulations, Mr. Clyde, on your first dub. Mark, you're gonna be 0-2 Yeah, your luck's gonna change pretty soon when you decide what quarterback you're gonna play. Then we got the Flying Elvises versus Brown but Not Out. Matt, you scored a lot of points last week. A whole lot of points last week. Due to the poor play of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers was selling out to stop the run and letting Tom Brady throw all over him. How stupid is that? I would have stopped Tom Brady and let Sony Michel run all over him. I mean, that's just logic. But, hey, it worked out good for you. This week is another story. Carl, I think you need to change your name to the Carl Patriots. Because, hey, you have more Patriots on your team than the Patriots themselves. How is that possible? Matt, Carl got your kryptonite. Every time Tom Brady throws a touchdown, he has to throw it to Brown, Gordon, or James White. So, with that being said, those three right there are going to carry his team to victory number 2 and give you your first loss of the year. Then we have Chef Chubbs versus Weston's OK team. Wes, you almost got that dub last week. Stupid fourth quarter got in your way. The fourth quarter, bro, with under 7 minutes, got in your way. How is that possible? Why did you let that happen? Is that Lucky Rabbit's foot they was passing around, huh? Hey, but it's okay. I know you're gonna try to do a comeback this week. Jacob thinks that you're gonna win, but his opinion don't matter at all. Just to hear his thoughts, his mind. But hey, look, last year I got beat just as bad as this year. Matter of fact, I lost the first 2 games last year. So maybe you do have hope. But if you don't know, I lost 2 games last year, and you want me to tell you where I ended up? I ended up playing for the big trophy, the big kahuna. But I got arrogant and cocky, and I lost it. And I could never find my way back from that. It was just devastating. My whole summer was gone. Off season was gone. I couldn't even make a trip to Disney World. Hey, but that's okay. I think my running backs and addition of wide receiver is gonna go ahead and pull out this W for me this week against Weston's team. So Wes, I'm sorry, bro, but not sorry. Loss number 2 for you. And so, hey, don't nobody get discouraged on how your team looks. It's still early. Everybody got to develop. People are trying to gel with other teams. So, hey, don't get discouraged. Stay positive. And it's your favorite host, Chef Chubbs, leaving this video.